What shall my students learn and why? How can I manage and organise my lessons so the safety of my students is not compromised? In order to run SUP lessons successfully, every instructor has to have an answer to those questions before beginning to teach. Before being able to begin planning your lessons accurately, it is a necessity to have information about your students, the material you'll be using, and of course the spot. The most important questions regarding this matter are: how many students will I be teaching? What previous experiences do my students have? Are they adults or children? Are there any specific characteristics I need to take into account? What material and what kind of teaching aids are available? Does the spot contain a particular characteristic that can influence the lesson? What wind and weather conditions are forecasted for the time of your lesson? Generally speaking, the more information an instructor has before starting a course, the easier it is to adapt to the needs of the individual target group. Learning goals, or key objectives, can be understood as the backbone of your lesson plan. There are objectives focusing on abilities, knowledge, and emotions. Let's assume spot and equipment introduction has been done successfully, and now it's time to introduce the J-stroke. The motor learning goal may be ability to perform all 4 phases of the J-stroke correctly. The cognitive goals: understand why the J-stroke enables you to paddle efficiently. And a possible social goal: to build trust in the increased stability of the board and own balance while paddling. After the lesson objectives are clearly defined, corresponding exercises and tasks need to be chosen, which will build the content of your lesson. A good exercise in our example could be: try to place your paddle as far forward as possible in the water, lock it in place and pull the board towards it. Now ask yourself the following question: how can I help my students reach the specific goal I set out for them? This question refers to the methodical build-up as well as required teaching aids. Our example in mind, the following methodical approach could be successful. The instructor first shows and explains the correct execution of the exercise in an area with shallow water. After that, he can help the student performing the technique correctly, before finally letting the student practice while standing on the board. As soon as the methodical approach is specified, you need to find a fitting form of organisation. In our example, we combine a stationary system during which the students remain on one clearly defined spot, and a rotating form of organisation during which the students rotate around 2 buoys. Finally, we should have a look at the time column and estimate how much time is needed to run through the planned contents. The more complex the chosen lesson objectives are, the greater the variety of exercises should be. By doing so, a mix of different teaching methods, exercises and tasks is created, which will make your lesson interesting and fun. A detailed and properly made lesson plan will not only help you to carry out your actual lesson, but is also a great tool during the reflection and feedback session after the lesson. We hope that this tutorial will help you understand how to prepare, carry out and perform a successful lesson. Enjoy teaching! Your VDWS Instructor Team.